Sorry. Hi, how's it going? This is Resident of Collinwood. I'm here to do a review of the 1982 movie Death Wish 2. This movie stars Charles Bronson, returning as Paul Kersey, uh, Joe Ireland. I believe they were, or Joe Ireland and Charles Bronson were once married. I don't know if they were married by the time this movie was made. I think they were. Um, I am going to do a review of this movie. Before I review it, I want to touch on something. I'm going to send this to two people across Messenger as well. And I have to get both their thoughts. You know, this movie's made in 1982, and just 2 short years later, you have Silent Night, Deadly Night that's going to go to theaters. Now, why do I bring this up, you ask? Well, for those who own this on VHS or DVD, if you're me, alright? If you've seen the, uncensored version, okay, which uncensored by, I mean, you've seen this on DVD or VHS, okay? If you saw this on television, you're not seeing what I'm about to mention. This movie has one of the most vulgar, violent rape scenes you'll ever see in a movie. I'm not saying it's the worst, but it's up there, trust me. And this is what I mean. This is made in 1982. This is made 2 years prior to Silent Night, Deadly Night. And, you didn't hear parents saying about, well, I took my kid to see Death Wish 2, and they were terrified. That's what gets me. It's, okay, we're going to bitch. We're going to complain about the horror movie that's made 2 years later, and it's called Silent Night, Deadly Night. Well, I took my kid to see it. Oh, yeah, Sherlock. Well, who the hell told you to take your kid to go see it? No one. You took your kid to go see a horror movie. Take some goddamn fucking responsibility. You go watch this movie. Are you going to go let your kid watch one of the most violent rape scenes in a film? No. Because why? Because you're not completely stupid enough. Because one, the movie's called Death Wish 2. Number two, it has fucking Charles Bronson in it, and it's called Death Wish 2. Jill Ireland is the only woman who's the only character. Her character is the only one that survived being in a relationship with Paul Kersey. That's all I'm gonna say. And that's the thing too. It's like you have this most really violent rape scene at near the beginning of this, and god damn, it's like no one bitched about it. And look, I love action movies. Guilty pleasure. All 5 Death Wish movies are a guilty pleasure for me. Um, this movie is set and filmed in Los Angeles. The first one was set and filmed in New York. And awesome soundtrack. Jimmy Page, from Led Zeppelin, did the guitar riffs for this, and that is fucking awesome, man. We see Paul Kersey, who's played by Bronson, who is with his girlfriend Jill Ireland, who works for the radio station, does interviews, and his daughter, who is trying to make her recovery from being raped in the first movie. These thugs rob him. One of them takes his wallet. Now, he chases the wrong one and knocks and punches the guy, takes the guy's knife and throws it over the fence. He says about his wallet. The guy says, I don't have it. This guy comes back to haunt Kersey later as he and his friends, one of his friends who does have his wallet, knows where he lives, goes and pays him a visit. They violently rape his housekeeper. Like I said, if you watch this, I'm going to advise discretion. Look, I know most of the people who have YouTube channels are as old as me or just a little younger than me. So I'm not doing this to treat you like a kid. I'm just saying that it's very vulgar. And I've often said I don't know which one. I think I said this to Daniel Culver. Shout out to him. Horror gets vilified. okay, for having extreme violence and all that. Just like Silent Night, Deadly Night got vilified. Go watch this opening and tell me how this movie did not like get shit for it. That's all I'm saying. But the after the muggers or rapers or whatever the fuck you want to call them rape his housekeeper violently, Kersey walks in with his daughter, who's mute, doesn't say nothing. They knock Kersey unconscious. These motherfuckers make the mistake of leaving Paul motherfucking Kersey alive. And that is a big mistake. They take his daughter, they rape her, and she jumps out a window and impales herself on a spike. Yeah. The police catch up with Kersey. His girlfriend, Paul Kersey's girlfriend, shows up. You know, they're gonna just go relax and wait for the cops. The cops do come and say they got some news about his daughter. They show his daughter's body, and Paul Kersey goes somewhere out in the country. He comes back to LA. He goes in full vigilante mode and starts killing, not only stalking but killing, obviously, the very people who did rape his daughter and rape and murder his daughter and rape and murder his housekeeper. Now the thing of that is, unlike the first one, he didn't actually get the people who killed his wife. In this one, he does get the people who killed his daughter. He actually stalks them. There are some very great one-liners in this. Do you believe in Jesus? Yes I do. You're gonna meet him. And he blows the guy away, and he's chasing one of the guys, and he points a gun to his face, goodbye, and just shoots him right in the head. There's some, like I said, excellent one-liners, excellent soundtrack. The violence in this is definitely turned up. Death Wish 3 and 4, I definitely say, are more violent than this. I'm gonna give this a 8, just like I gave the original. Mainly because if you watch this right after you watch the original, even though this is a sequel, this is in a sense a remake of the first one. Really, I mean, honestly, it's just set different, and he's avenging his daughter's death, or getting revenge, or whatever you say, becoming the vigilante. One of the coolest endings you'll ever see. By the way, if you watch this, Charles Cypress makes an appearance in this as I believe, a male nurse, I want to say. So check this out. And at the end, after he electrocutes the guy, what is it? Oh, his boss is talking to him. Are you going to be available for a party? What else would I be doing? They cut it to him walking the streets, and they hear the music, and then you hear gunshots going. So that's my review of Death Wish 2. I gotta tell you, actually, there's this. Before I cut off, Detective Ochoa does come back in this. He gets killed, but he tries to warn Jill Ireland's character that Paul Kersey was the vigilante, and he's out killing again. She doesn't believe him, but then she learns the hard truth that yeah, he is. Some pretty cool shots of Los Angeles in this. Look, these Death Wish movies are what they are. They're very violent. They're enjoyable. Is the plot the greatest thing in the world? No. Fuck no. Alright, I'll see you guys.